Hey everyone, Fishing with Alex here with you on behalf of KastKing. Today I'm going to be giving you all a few tips on finesse fishing those cold winter months when that bite is tough. When you hear the term finesse fishing, you usually think light tackle, light gear, which is a good general rule of thumb, but isn't always the case. Sometimes it's just about slowing down that presentation. Now in the winter months, those bass are moving to deeper water looking for more stable conditions. At the same time, their metabolism is slowing down and they're eating less. Those bait fish are dying off and that forage is moving slow. So that's what they're looking for, and that's the presentation that you want to put in front of them. They're hugging the bottoms, so those are the kind of lures that you want to use. You want to try to get something that's going to be worked towards the bottom and very slow. That's the biggest tip that I can give you, is to work it slow and be patient. I've got a couple of bait suggestions, but don't limit yourself just to these. These are just some of the ones that I like to use personally and that have worked for me. Things such as your shaky heads, your Ned rig, your drop shot, jigs, and also some of those deep suspending jerk baits. I'm going to tie a couple lures on today and we're going to go hit the water and see if we can't get on some fish. Alright, well I just got down here. We're hitting up this little lake today. Weather conditions are about 50 degrees, overcast. I'm going to be throwing drop shot, and I've also got a Texas rig crawl on here that I'm going to just be slowly hopping off the bottom. Alright, let's get it. So I'm going to be starting out today with the drop shot. What I really like about it is that you can just keep it in one general area, keeps that bait suspended, and keep it right there in the strike zone. I'm going to be focusing on the same types of areas that I normally do, whether it be your overhangs, your brush, your docks, things of that nature. But I'm just going to be moving a little bit farther out into those deeper waters to see if we can't find that bite. The way that you're just going to want to work this is casting it out, just letting it hit the bottom, and slowly just giving it little pops. Give it a little bit of time, bring in your slack, just give it some little pops. And if you need to increase the action, you know, you can pop it a little bit harder, or if you need to, you can also give it a couple little pops, pause, pops, you know, just figure out what they're gonna be looking for. All right, I just got over here to the first spot I really wanna focus on. I'll throw it in a little bit shallower, but I'm going to work it a little bit deeper. I've got some grass mat, I've got some brush, and I've got a dock over here to my right as well. I'm just going to be working the drop shot in these areas, and I'm also I'll be throwing the Texas rig the same way. Just see, you know, maybe if they want a different presentation, maybe a little bit bigger profile out here. So a lot of times, these winter bass, once they've slowed down, they'll give you those subtle bites too, so you really have to be paying attention. Now that's not always the case, and it's not always, you know, having to really downsize like I had said. You know, you can still throw those bigger baits, sometimes you can still throw those moving baits, and you can get that bite. I'm just trying to, you know, give you guys some information on how you might be able to get a better chance of catching those fish. There's a hit. There we go. There we go. There we go. Oh my goodness. You got me, guys. Darn it. Lost my weight. All right. That's a good sign. There goes my worm floating off too. Should have let him eat it a little bit more. I think that's what the problem was. All right, well, I'm gonna get this rig set back up here in a minute, since he took my worm and my weight. But I'm gonna go ahead and throw this Texas craw around in this area for a minute. See if we can't get a bite on this as well. Same thing, I'm just gonna be throwing this out, letting this sink to the bottom. And I'm just going to be slowly hopping it back. I'm just trying to make a few follow-up casts with the with this Texas rig since I broke off. I'll make a few more casts with this, and then I'm going to retie the drop shot. See if we can't get another bite in this area. All right, I'm gonna get my drop shot retied. See if we can't find these fish. There we go. There we go. There we go. Oh, goodness. Stay on there. Stay on there. Stay on there. Stay on there. Oh, my goodness. There we go. There we go. Whew. Man, he came up there and slammed it, too. A nice, probably two-pounder right there. On the drop shot. There's a little smaller presentation on that Drew's craw. You guys can see it though. Beautiful fish. All right, awesome. That's what I'm talking about. It's been about 25-30 minutes out here, just kind of working those banks. Let's get him back here. All right. See if we can make it happen again. All right, well, I'm throwing around a few more minutes. My hands are starting to get cold, so another thing, if you're out here, you just want to make sure that you're dressed for the occasion. Make sure you have something to keep your hands warm, especially if you're going to be, getting your hands in that water. It doesn't take long. Your hands are going to be frozen. It's going to be uncomfortable to fish. It's going to be hard to keep that focus. All right, well, I moved across the way over towards this dock, and I'm just going to be working this area to my left and right for a little bit, about 20 to 25 feet off the bank. Fish. There we go. Yep. All right. Little squeaker. Awesome. All right, bud. Kind of had me all wrapped up. Let's get this hook out. Right. Kind of double checked to see if he was actually on there, because he hit it so subtly. Little half pounder. Very nice. All right. Awesome. Number 2 for the day. He was a little bit farther out. He was probably about 30 feet off the bank from where I initially had casted. I'm gonna cast over there a few more times where we just got that bite, and then I'm gonna work over to the left a little bit too. Just slow and steady. I'm gonna make one more cast over here, a little bit closer to that overhanging tree or bush. Then I'm gonna start working over to my left. I think he's got it. Yep. Yep. He hit it subtle. All right. Let's get you in here. Kind of got him through the tongue a little bit there. All right. Another healthy fish. He's got a little spot on his side, but relatively thin. Another pound and a half. Awesome. Thank you. All right, that's officially 3 in the kayak. Had that one I missed initially. I'm gonna work over here to the left side of this dock now for a little bit. Let's see if there's anything over here. Yeah, on that last one, I was just going to kind of set back and start popping a little bit, and I thought I felt a little thump, so I just let some slack in the line. I saw the line start moving out, and that's when I set the hook. Just wanted to make sure he had it for sure, because you don't want to initially just feel that thud and instantly set the hook. A lot of times you'll just pull that bait right out of their mouth. And I believe that's what I did on that first one today. Now I probably will start throwing that Texas rig craw a little bit more, but you know, since I'm seeing some bites on this bait, I'm gonna be sticking with it for the most part. I'll go back over here where we just caught those other 2. Work that area for a little bit. Made a few casts over there to the left. Not even. There we go. Another one. Oh my goodness. Yeah, they're stacked over here. Just little guys, but. Bud, I hear you. All right. Another little 3/4, maybe 1 pounder. I started casting over there to the left. All right, bud. And didn't get any bites, so I just decided to cast back over where I caught those other 2, and right off the bat got hooked up. All right, number 4. It might not be big in size, but I will take some numbers. Just had to spend a couple minutes fixing that rig. He had it all wound up. Guess I'm just gonna keep making a few more casts in this spot. I mean, that's 3 in one little pocket, so they've got to be grouped up. I'm just gonna focus on this spot for a little bit. I've got about 30 more minutes. See if I can't get 1 or 2 more, but if not, I would call that a successful day. I'm probably gonna make 1 more cast in this spot, and I'm gonna move down a little ways down to my left. There's some pilings, and there's another dock. And then I'm gonna have to head in. All right, let's make 1 last cast, and then I'm gonna move. I think he's got it as soon as it hit the water. Yep. Oh my goodness. Came up there and hit it twice. All right. There we go. Get you kind of caught up in the fin. Might be the smallest one of the day. He hit it hard. All right. Awesome. Yeah, it was. I thought I felt it get bumped as soon as it hit the water, but I wasn't sure. Kind of gave it a couple little more pops, and then he had it. All right, well, I've been throwing this drop shot over here for a little while with no success, and I am running out of time, but I would say that this has been a good success out here. In about an hour and a half, I've gotten 5 in the kayak, on a drop shot using finesse techniques. Just slow and steady. I was just kind of in hopes maybe there'd be 1 bass kind of sitting around those pilings, but I've been kind of combing this whole area and really no luck. I think I had 1 nibble. Right, I am gonna head in. I am cold and out of time. All right, well, I just got back home, had a good time on the water. I really hope you all are able to take some of these tips and get out there and catch some more fish. Make sure, if you aren't, subscribe below, and you guys can check out my channel as well, Fishing with Alex. I hope you all have a great one. I'll see you in the next video.